I've just been scratching down a couple of stats on occupation regime changes and so forth. Let's go back to 1918, shall we? The Romanov dynasty, where the entire Romanov family of Russia was assassinated in 1918. Benito Mussolini and Clara Petacci in Italy in 1945. Imelda Marcos, Philippines. Not assassinated, but overthrown, 1998-ish. Saddam Hussein, Iraq. Hanged December 30th, 2006. Muammar Gaddafi, Libya, 2011. Now, yeah, there's good and bad in that list, I know. Turned out Muammar Gaddafi wasn't such a bad fellow, didn't it? Turned out Saddam Hussein was the exact person that Iraq needed to keep all the ragtags in check. Imelda Marcos, well, she lives quite happily here in Australia. Benito Mussolini and Clara Petacci, well, you know, I think they got led up the garden path by having their egos stroked for promises of grandeur by Adolf Hitler. Well, that didn't end too well for them, did they? Did it? Now, whether good or bad, and there's plenty more you could add to that list, that's just 5. Whether good or bad, whether they were good or bad leaders, dictators, presidents, sultans, whatever, what do they all have in common? Regime change for hegemony and to change economic structure. Every single one of them. Regime change for hegemony and to change economic structure. International economic hegemony. What else? What other things do they use for hegemony? As leverage. Well, what's Australia got that we've all been hopping up and down about since Bill Heffernan brought it to our attention that America has? A list that may or may not exist, that no one can neither confirm nor deny exists, and no one can neither confirm nor deny who it may or may not be on those lists, that nobody is ever going to be privy to. And even if we do get privy to them, if we do get access to them, the names that we get will be people that have already passed by having suppression orders put on them and through redaction. Anything that we get and pay for through FOI, Freedom of Information, anything relevant will be redacted. So we're never going to get to see a list. It's just not going to happen. So much is hinged off of those two things. A lot. And every time we need something to hop up and down about, or we start asking too many questions, the list gets thrown back on the table, doesn't it? Oh, the list. The Diddy list, the Epstein list, the Heffernan list, the Woodrow Commission. But something else that just keeps rearing its ugly head whenever they need somebody to look the other way in Australia. Port Arthur massacre, the WASP files and all that. Yeah, it might be a good deep dive, but what good is it ever going to do? It's not going to do any good. It's just got a lot of people looking at one of the obvious elephants in the room. There's hundreds of obvious elephants in the room. We all know they're there. We see them. But as soon as somebody wants to talk about them, oh, yeah, the elephant in the room. Well, which one? Nobody's noticing the sleep paralysis demon sneaking around the room all over the place doing whatever the fuck he wants. Albanese's had his 10 bobs worth to put in on this Maduro Venezuelan thing. It just reeks of Muammar Gaddafi again. It really does. To me. Am I there? No. Can I confirm nor deny? Any facts on the table? No, not really, other than it doesn't really make a lot of sense when most of the drugs actually go there through the Mexican border, and it's been confirmed left, right and centre. There's 50 million ways of getting into a house without walking through the front door. Doors and locks are only for honest people. For people that don't want to damage your property, there's plenty of windows. Now, what do I think about Albo? With his sit on the fence comments? Well, he usually does sit on the fence, doesn't he? Why? Because we don't even have any skin to put in the game. But we've got plenty of uranium. You know what I think? Well, I've said it plenty of times before. Now United States has got Venezuela. That gives them a brilliant navy base with exactly the oil that they're already set up just across over there in Texas, because it's just off the coast of Florida, where they've already got all the oil refineries ready to go that are actually built to refine exactly that type of crude oil, the high sulfur content oil that all of their navy ships and tanks and everything runs on. Everything that runs on diesel in the Department of War runs off the diesel made from that oil. And that gives them a stepping stone and a base where they can fortify to hide from China a bit, back and forward. It makes it logistically plausible now to go hot with China. In a frenemy war, like, make no mistake, it takes 2 people to have a game of chess. Up to 10 people can play 5D chess. 5 boards, 5 either side. Never thought of that, did ya? It's not 2 people playing 5D chess, it's 10 people. I think China said, sit down, shut up and know your place, Sir Lisfelot. How been easy. The chessboard is almost ready to begin the war. Just do what Zelensky did and you'll be just fine, Albo. Once US Navy is set up on the chessboard in Venezuela and drilling that US war machine oil and refining it in Texas, we should have Taiwan all locked down, South Korea capitulated back to North Korea, and Aussie boots on the ground from the river to the sea. We'll just plug and play from Darwin Port and Papua New Guinea Port, island hot and take Japan as US capitulates, and the whole world will be under globalist digital control of the new world order of the old guard. Nothing changes. Except Ukraine is the agricultural and rare earth minerals basket for the world. River to the sea, more oil. Australia, 31% of the entire world's uranium deposits. Military aged capable men and women depleted equals population target number reached. Downwards. Bam. Reset. The reset's done. Well done. Everyone's played into their hands. Changed my mind. As Steve Crowder would say. Ooh. Charlie Kirk. Oh yeah, that's right. With Ukraine, how does Russia fit into that? I forgot about that one for you, didn't I? What's on the Russian flag? A hammer and a sickle. They've been missing their sickle for quite a while. Ukraine was the bread basket of Russia, the agricultural land. They got their sickle back.